you thought Envy's domination game was strong, well, you should have seen their Blitz. They went 12-0 in these two Respawn game modes, and a lot of it was due to their slaying power. Now, 1.18 in domination as a team for their overall KD. What was it at Gfinity for Blitz?
You know, they wound up doing even better in Blitz, which is something that is very rare, as they had a 1.22 KD ratio as a squad across the weekend. So really just excelling in the Respawn game modes, which is so important, as that takes up 3 of the 5 games in a series. If you can win all your respawns, you can win every series you had, and Envy did just that. So I wanted to look more into their Blitz game. What really made them excel so much at this recent event? What made them the best team in that game mode as well as domination? So I wound up looking at their Optic Gaming series again, as many people were looking into that. And I wound up finding their game against Blitz to be really just fascinating.
Before we get to that game, Jack, I want to ask you, online play versus LAN, you kind of compared Nameless's numbers, you know, saying he was below 1.0 before dropping 1.42 in domination on LAN. How did this team stack up in Blitz in Season 3?
You know, this team wound up being definitely not as strong as they are on LAN and Blitz in Season 3. Right now, they're sitting at 6-2, so they are doing quite well. It is their best game mode. They're definitely doing well, but not as good as they did on LAN, whether it's in the slaying numbers or just overall map wins. They've had some kind of weird losses. One of them came to Optic Gaming the last time these two teams matched up. It was also a Warhawk Blitz, something I really found interesting. So Optic wound up winning that Warhawk Blitz 6-4. They matched up again here at Gfinity on Warhawk again, and we have the game for you right here.
Formal's definitely sniping, and Nameless has his AR as well. Let's go to Formal since he's on the attack to see if he can get the early pick.
Well, here we go. He's going to go straight attack, looking for a little bit. Oh, gets one straight away. Formal with the reaction just managed to get that, and that is practice. You've got to do that time and time and again and hit that as.
But also keep your eye on Formal, who have lit up. He can slay his way in a heartbeat. Merc checking the dead body. A player on spawn.
No!
And that moment of hesitation gonna cost him, but doesn't matter. Formal's there to back him up. I guarantee after this base is cleared out, you're gonna see Nadeshot make the jump from up top, down low. Here he is in position, gonna find a player top stairs. Now he's called out though. Sloppy shots actually. And Envy with the heads up play to go and check that after not seeing him for a while.
They suddenly have Scumby now looking like he's gonna move in. Nobody's gonna stop this man. It's now 1-1. Optic coming back into this game.
And JCap just trying to make sure his base is clear before pushing up again. Very heads up play here from Envy, but JCap's about to feel all kinds of pressure.
Oh, JCap's gonna shut it down. However, see more people coming out. JCap with a big 2-piece to shut it down. National's still alive and Genius. He picks up a 2-piece. JCap versus Nate. He's gonna stop him. JCap gets the 3. National now able to convert that one. It is now 2-1 to Envy with another player going through. He gets denied. Scumby not able to get that one home either. Both teams kind of just pulling out clutch kills.
But here comes Nate. Another kill. Big one here at Genius. 2 players dropping down after him.
Oh, not able to get it. JCap shuts him down. Pretty the only man who can. He went on a little bit of a tear earlier. Now, what I kind of feel like is happening in this game, Puckett, is they know Nade is going to be coming and trying to get on the edge. And you can't see him doing those little tricky. He's stopping, he's checking his corners, waiting for someone to slip past. Envy just aren't going past him.
Right.
They're clearing, and they're very slow clearing. So Nade just can't slip.
Look at the corner. Patience there from Nadeshot on defense now. Optic says, let's not let any more before the break. 5 minutes down, only 3 caps on the board. Give it up for both teams. Keep your eye on Formal. He's behind enemy lines. Only 1 player to beat in the base.
Certainly is. Nice. This is the issue. They can kind of send one person forward, make this kill. He is in. There's no stopping him now. They're going to go 3-1 up. And you actually see, you see the battle lines. They're EnvyUs are just frustrating up. And they're like, we're just going to dig in. We're going to make sure you cannot slip past. You cannot slay your way. There's too much defense here. Occasionally, we'll just send someone out to go get a cap.
And here's another one. Envy capitalizing on the frustration, able to double up 4-1.
Now, if they have managed to get this in now, they might be able to lock it down and get a few points back on the board. This is Optic's opportunity. They've got to make this one work for them. Provy going straight on. He's got the captures now 4-3. 1 man left in that base. They could equal it up if those kills go in. It's Clayton who's picked up 2. Can he pick up 1 more kill to beat and get this reset? He's going to go in. Sees him get shut down before he can make it. They will not equalize this second.
Yeah, I feel like Nade has 10 deaths, but 5 of them are inside the Envy base. It's just been clutch stop one after another. There is another example of it. Envy holding up. Can Scumby get by? Gets 1. No more in position.
Oh my goodness,
Scumby gets 2. But will he get the cap? That's the real question here. Now Glazer pushing up on this left side is going to be met by spawners.
He's going for it. He gets in. It's up. They actually tie this one back up. Scumpy with the most ridiculous of 180s to shut it down.
I think he's got it, though. I mean, that 1 player on mid-street is getting a bit aggressive. All he needs is one distraction. I have Nameless highlighted on your minimap. Nameless is going to slide up Gina's.
Oh, is he going to make it? He's going to go straight in. He has managed to get in. Formal shots one down as well. Can he get the second one? Formal shotting him down. This is all about this. Optic either has to make this overextend or it's going to be a second point. Nobody. He's going to challenge Formal here. He goes in. EnvyUs now up 6-4. 1 minute 10 left to go in this game.
And we'll hop on board with him to close things out. Actually, let's go to mid-street as Nameless wants to stay aggressive.
They are, and it's going to be that way. It's all over now. There is no way for Optic to win. It's going to be EnvyUs. They're going to take this one. Unbelievable. Optic 3-0'd on day one of G3.
All right, guys, before you head out for the night, Brycey, what time are we kicking things off here on Sunday?
I've been told 9 a.m.
9 a.m., ladies and
Early
gentlemen.
start.
We're getting it going in less than 12 hours here live from London. Give it up for Envy.
All right, so Jack, let's take a quick look at the numbers here before we close out of this game. Once again, Formal on top, dropping 23 kills, only 20 deaths, 3 captures to his name. And on the other side, it seems that just like in Domination from the same series, Envy was able to shut down Clayster and Proofy.
Yeah, no, Envy did a great job of shutting down a couple players, but also doing what very few teams could do, and once again, win when they were outslayed. I think that was a big thing from this weekend. Many other squads, they get outslayed, they just kind of lose their momentum, they kind of get down on themselves. This Envy squad made those massive clutch stops. You were talking about it in the game. So many times you saw Optic about to jump in, and then you have a 2-piece here from Formal, a 3-piece here from JCap. All these clutch kills that, even though Optic could take 15 kills straight getting to their base, Envy would just get 4 kills, and even if they were outslayed, they'd still make the score be even and go on to win that game.
You know, one of those points where I thought Envy's got this locked up is when we were watching Formal. Formal over there in the bar, in the dining, he was just waiting for his teammates to push up. They trusted JCap and Merc to play defense, only 2-man defensive front. Then they had Nameless just run straight up mid-street through Gina's and just sprint for that goal line. Optic was looking everywhere for Formal. Nameless able to capitalize on it. Formal gets that beastly 2-piece and then goes through himself. That gave him a 2-point advantage, and from there I was like, this Envy team is knocking out Optic Gaming right here. They're going to take first in their group.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt there after that unbelievable play. I mean, this Envy squad looked great all weekend. One thing that I was looking at was kind of how much did they wind up beating their opponents by in this game mode. This Blitz was one of their closest, as they only won by a 2-point margin. The rest of the weekend, they beat the teams by an average of 5 caps. Normally we see like 1 cap or 2 caps from teams. 5 caps is a huge margin of difference. And then in Domination, they beat the opponents by 25 points per game. So they weren't only beating their opponents, they were absolutely destroying them, especially in that one game we just saw versus Optic Gaming. They weren't destroying in that one, but they wound up getting outslayed, keeping their composure, and winning that game. Few other teams could do that.
Now, after this matchup against Optic Gaming, of course, we saw Envy enter the bracket. In that bracket, they had to face off against Curse in round 1. I watched the games again earlier today, and a lot of people will forget that Envy tied Curse in their Blitz Freight game. But after that tie, they came out even hotter than the past. They destroyed Curse there. Yeah. But we're not going to show you the Curse game. I know you have one more game saved up for us for Blitz. What are we about to check out?
You know, we're about to take a look at their final match versus Epsilon. Once again, back in the finals. These were their 2 biggest matchups of the weekend. You know, they had to face Optic Nation, which was a great series. We'll be seeing something from that a little bit later on. But really, this Blitz game versus Epsilon, both teams were very strong in the game mode on the weekend. I wanted to see how they matched up. They were both the best teams in Domination. In my eyes, they're both the best teams in Blitz. So I thought there was no better gameplay to see how the 2 Titans of the weekend matched up. So here we have Epsilon versus Envy in their final Blitz game.
Break out of their own base. Envy are piling on the pressure. They're not letting them breathe at all. Nameless moving through. He's got, oh my goodness, Nameless with a snapshot, and his teammate takes the gaps and Nameless dies.
Yeah, Merc's like, yo, bro, I'm on an 8-point spree. If you could just take one for the team there, I'm capping. So Merc, 7-1-3. You said he'd be your player to watch to put up most kills before the commercial. He is putting on a show. 7.0 KD and 3 objective scores. Make it 4 if he's able to get through on this one.
Wow. I did say to watch Merc, didn't I? And look at him play, 7-1-4. He's having an incredible game. Swanee's the top player for Epsilon. But there you go, Merc. Can he get a second one as well? Merc is on a tear. It's an 11-point streak. He's finally shut down by Jerd. But now we're going on board with Formal.
Yeah, Formal, I mean, he is going to be the second highest slayer right now for this Envy lineup. Spotting a gun, but no kill. Going back to Merc. Last man standing here for Envy, and it's Epsilon taking control of the middle of the map. This is exactly what they need. Down 3. It's not a big deal, but they wanted this side for a reason. That was to get out to a lead, not an early deficit.
Yeah, Josh is coming through here, but there's so many bodies you got to fight through. He isn't going to make that kill either. Envy have cleaned house really easily.
He's going to win this one-on-one. He's going to get tagged up, but it doesn't matter. 6-point advantage for Envy, and they're still inside the base with plenty of time to cap at least one more time.
Yeah, Formal's trying to get this one as well. He just putting some shots down. They've got great cover here, and they're just rolling Emps on every single time. They haven't let them out of their base. Formal is going on a take, and he got 2 picks as well. Formal is going to be a 3 picks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness,
And the
Formal.
cap. And the cap.
The tower. Go for the overextend here to try and trade caps away. They're just burning seconds.
Another cap coming in here. It looks like finally from that Epsilon lineup, but Envy at the same time is just trading caps on the opposite end. Merc still behind enemy lines. We're going to see another cap come through from Swanee as we go back to Merc. But, I mean, down 7, they brought it within 1, but it took a whole minute. Or they shaved 1 point off.
So every time this trade happens, what it's realistically doing is just giving EnvyUs 10 more seconds they don't have to hold on.
Right.
That is all it is. Just that, and they can do that for the rest of the game and pretty much win it. It's going to have to be looking for a player, and he is going to see somebody who kicks that down as well. JCap gets 2, Merc gets another one. All down for Epsilon, and the one thing they can't buy here is time, which they so desperately need. As every single second that slips away, so do the dreams of a comeback.
There's another one. Formal going through. Merc set up for the rally. Kills continue to pile it up here for this Envy lineup as Merc, the spawn trap has been set up. He finally goes down, but JCap is running laps. 100 seconds left in the game. Envy in complete control, up 9 caps at this point. The slaying all in their favor.
Nameless, what a kill.
It's a blue kill feed here as Formal and Nameless are tagging them up. Merc now playing some defense on the left side, will be making his push. The spawner's running right down the middle, trying to be as fast as possible here for Epsilon, but Envy has it.
GG between these two teams.
This
EnvyUs will
is
have won
history,
it.
Brycey.
It certainly is. There's a very happy team owner in that audience. Astro must be pleased.
If we can get a camera on this Envy squad, it's got to be nothing but smiles, and you can see they're not stopping yet. They are making a statement. This new Envy team is here to stay,
You know what
proving they
did
can
say?
hang with the best in the world and take them down live in London.
Hey, son, yeah, let's just have a quick look at that scoreboard, Parker. This is kind of how it broke down. Merc, 26 and 12 with 8 captures. Now that is some serious damage. Nameless with 31 to 21. JCap 22 and 14, and Formal 30 to 21. The slaying went all the way in Envy's favor, and you can tell by the scoreboard, these guys have really earned the Gfinity Championship.
Formal just adding insult to injury here. Last time, Epsilon went all the way to Game 5 before being taken down in the finals. This time, Envy won't let them get that far. A quick 3-0, and it is all over. Give it up.
for EnvyUs!
All right, now at the end of that, as Envy won the tournament, we noticed a plus 42 on that game, and a lot of people were saying, well, Epsilon stopped trying at the end. I just did some math there at the 60-second mark. It was 41 kills positive.
There's just absolute destruction there by EnvyUs all weekend. Epsilon was a slaying monsters. Tommy, Swanee, Jerd, all doing exceptionally well. Yeah, Josh really had a great weekend. At one point, Josh was something like 8 and 24 in that game. Tommy was double negative. That's something that you never see, and it was almost like Envy was just kind of taking these games like routine. Epsilon had a fantastic weekend, and if you just tuned in and looked at those 2 games, you would think Epsilon was just a pub team.
Right.
That's what Envy made them look like. But just absolute domination there. Plus 42 is something you rarely see.
So, huge games. They take out Epsilon in the grand finals. They take out Optic Nation in the semis, and Curse in round 1. So talk to me a little bit about this team as a whole, though. Who is most impressive? Who is the biggest piece to this Envy puzzle?
You know, we've been doing a lot of these team breakdowns where we kind of just analyze every part of their gameplay, see what makes them so good. And in Blitz, this team averaged a 1.22 KD ratio, but the man that I have to give MVP to was definitely Formal. The guy just went off in the game mode all weekend, sitting at a 1.37 KD ratio. 3.40 caps per game, so making sure he still is active there. 27% of his team's caps, or 23%, sorry. 27% of his team's kills, so still doing just what he needs to in slaying. And overall on the weekend, his kills per respawn just shy of 27. He just went off the whole time on Freight Blitz. He had a 1.56 KD average and 5.50 caps per game. You can't ask much more from a player.
Formal was going huge. Also want to tip my hat to the captain, Merc. Merc starting that game off with, what, an 8 to 11 point spree. He was getting things going right out of the gates for this Envy lineup. But the whole team played phenomenal throughout the weekend, going perfect in domination and blitz. But there's one more game type still to discuss. What are we talking about when we come back, Jack?
We're going to take a look at Search and Destroy, the game type that wins championships. I've never in my life in Call of Duty seen a team perform so well in the game mode.
All right, guys, we also have the top 5. Stay tuned. The ESR continues right here on MLG.TV.